Who is that?
This is Neris and this is Venkat.
Hi, Darius. Hi, Venkat.
Hello, sir.
What are they doing now?
They are fixing something. What are you fixing?
It is not something. This is a player, DVD player. DVD come VCR.
It's a DVD player.
Okay, great.
Okay. So the tailor. This is the board. So he stitches.
What's he stitching?
He's stitching clothes. He stitches clothes.
What kind of clothes?
Huh? Like any clothes, like pants and.
What's he stitching today?
Now, what are you stitching, uncle?
Sari.
Huh?
Sari.
Sari. This is the clothes alliteration. So you can sign here. Now these are the shoes and bags. So he has fixed almost. He's fixing 6 stuff.
One more.
Six.
Yes.
He's fixing 6 stuff.
The seventh.
Huh?
This is seventh.
What are you fixing now?
I'm fixing
Number? Okay, he's fixing number 5.
fourth and fifth.
4th and 5th.
But what kind of repairs?
It is shoes and bags.
Yeah, but what in shoes and bags?
Shoes, bags, stitches, and here's Suresh. Yeah, these are the tools over
And
here.
spare parts.
And spare parts. These are a few of the tools. Ashok is doing the tools. The kitchen appliance.
Happy Dasera, children. Well, I'm getting to speak to you through yet another video after a very long time. So, welcome yet again. Now, children, I have visited some of your answer sheets. Well, yes, some of you have done extremely well. Others, yeah, there is a scope for improvement all the time, as you know. But overall, it was a good experience because even though it's been the onset of the festive season, the pandemic is still in place. Okay, so we have had come across a long way so far, and it's been all good so far, all good, all well. But we have to continue with the same enthusiasm, interest, and passion going ahead into the second half of our academic year. So without further ado, let's get started. Well, children, we covered 7 chapters in the last part of the academic year. I'll be starting with the 8th lesson now. And before I do, my iron ain't working. It isn't working. I don't know the reason why. Well, you see, there's a light here. And this is called a plug. Okay, and this is a press. It's an iron. Okay, you use it. Well, do not do this, okay? But it's just that I haven't connected it to the plug. So I have that audacity to press my shirt. When you press the shirt, it looks very professional. Otherwise, what happens? Otherwise, your shirt, the folds of your dresses are crumpled. CRUMPLED. That's the reason we use press. So that we look fit and professional. But for this to get hot, okay, so this is called the plate. It's called the iron's plate. This is where the heat comes from. Okay, and how does an iron work? Have you ever thought of it? Well, it belongs to the Philips company, which is a very big organization. There are a lot of wires network connections inside this particular instrument or device. Well, the same applies for any other kitchen appliances which work on heat, like geysers, ovens, microwaves, everything. And to get this working, you need to put this plug in an electric socket. If you can just show this, okay. So if I just plug it in here, can you just show this? If I can just plug it in here, okay, and the moment I click the switch on, so there's this red button which will glow, and you would know that your iron is working. Okay, great. Now children, is this lesson on iron? No, it's not on iron. Imagine what would happen in case if this iron doesn't work and I just dump it across. There is always a scope for recycling. And today in the 21st century, when life has been taken over by technology, it's very important that we recycle and reuse. It's a very important thing. Otherwise, the world will have a mountain of disposables, right? Bengaluru is known for developments in the field of technology and IT. Well, there's a restaurant in Bangalore where if you visit, you'll be served food by robots. Have you ever been to this restaurant? Well, you can actually find out in Google Maps and pay a visit there. So children, there is yet another fascinating and overwhelming concept in Bengaluru by the name Repair Cafe. Not Cafe Coffee Dai, Repair Cafe in Bengaluru, which is a real-time concept and it does exist. You just saw the video before I began this class. This is a real-time video of the place where, now let me come to this chart. So a stitch in time, okay, there's a proverb in English called a stitch in time saves 9. If you put your ideas and use them in the right time, you can actually save a lot of important resources. This story has been written by Himadri Das. 8th lesson. What's the theme of the story? Recycling and reuse. What's the concept? The concept is based on a particular place in Bangalore by the name Repair Cafe. Who all come there? Repair Cafe is filled with recycling enthusiasts, people who want to recycle and reuse. Okay, so you would get cobblers there, people who mend your shoes. You'll get puncture repairers, when your tires are deflated. Umbrella menders, watch repairers, alteration tailors. You'll get all sorts of people, okay, who come there on a regular basis to conduct a lot of workshops. You can pay a visit. It will be a good learning experience, children. In this particular lesson, we have got few characters here. We have Shyam and Shrisha are friends. Tata means grandpa in Tamil. You have Anupama auntie and Manigandan Anna. You will come across this particular figure, this digit, 3 lakh. You will come across when the story begins. 3 lakh disposable items can weigh up to 2,000 kilograms. In the year 2017, Repair Cafe in Bengaluru saved Bangalore from becoming a mountain of trash. And this particular cafe recycled items worth 2,000 kilos, which is a huge quantity in itself, which was a commendable job, I would say. Okay, now how does the story unfold? Before that, let's go look into some of the vocabulary here. Enthusiasts means people who are interested people who are keen. Spool. Okay, I'll just show you a spool. 1 second. Now, children, this is a spool. Okay, this is a spool. So it's basically a cylindrical rod on which we tie thread. Okay, so we tie thread. Yes, this is called a spool. It's used for stitching your clothes. Seams. You know, whenever there is something which is torn, what do? We put the ends together and we stitch it, right, with a needle and thread. That's called seam. S-E-A-M. Screwdriver. I don't have a screwdriver here, otherwise I could have shown it to you. That's actually used, to kind of tighten some of the screws and nuts and bolts, in devices. Thermostat. Okay, this is called a thermostat. Can you hear the sound? You know why we do this? The thermostat regulates temperature in devices. Scientific concept. Peering is to look with attention. So when I'm looking into this like this, so I'm basically peering into the iron. Sneak is to go somewhere secretly. And plug, as you know, so basically it's a device with an insulated casing, yes, that fits into the electrical socket to establish an electrical connection. That's plug. And adhesive, you all know that it's a gum. Gum, it's like Fevicol, Feviquick, Fevistick, gum, adhesive. Okay, so how does the lesson unfold? So basically, Shrisha comes to Shyam's place and Shyam wants to go out with Shrisha. They want to go out cycling. Probably the pandemic was not in place, otherwise there was no chance for them to go out. Nevertheless, when he was about to go out, he saw that his shirt was torn and he was very upset. So he went, and as any small child would do, he consulted his grandpa. Tata, my shirt is not in a proper shape. How do I go out with my friend? He said, oh, don't worry. You don't have to buy a new shirt. I'll do it for you. I'll repair it for you. So Tata did it for him. And then he said, fine, it's done. But I want my shirt to be pressed. I'm going out with one of my friends and I want to look good. So when he took the iron and he was about to press, he saw that the iron wasn't working. Shrisa said, don't you worry. There's one George uncle. He happens to be a chemistry professor who teaches her brother. Okay. He conducted a workshop where he repaired an iron. So I'll do it for you. Get me a screwdriver. Do you have it? He said, I do have it. So Shyam gives Shrisha a screwdriver. And Shrisha opened it. Okay. When she opened it, it is basically a network. As I said, inside this particular device, it's a network of mesh. It's a mesh of wires, right? So, and then she was not able to fix it. So then Shyam says, why did you open Shrisha when you do not know how to fix it? Amma and Appa, they'll just thrash us. So she said, don't worry, friend. Let's just sneak out. We'll go to repair cafe. Shyam said, what is repair cafe? Shrisha said, come, I'll show you. There is a place where a lot of workshops are conducted which promote recycling, and a lot of technical experts come there. So we will find some consultant who will repair our iron. When they go there, they meet Anupama auntie. Anupama auntie said, what's the problem? And Shyam said, auntie, my iron isn't working. This light is not glowing. I can't set the electrical connection. So she said, don't worry. She opened it and she said, you see, basically this entire process of heating up, okay, of appliances heating up is called conduction. When you grow up, you'll study that in physics. Conduction is basically the flow of electricity which heats up, for example, the plate of the iron, and then you can use it to press your clothes. But that's not working because there's a problem. See, this is the plug, okay? And as you can see that this is the main wire. Now, there are a lot of wires, thin wires, which are interconnected. And then there is one big fat wire, which collects all those wires, okay? So there was one wire which was torn. It was ruptured. And when she fixed it, the iron started working. So Anupama auntie said, now are you happy? Oh, it was a big relief. So they wanted to take the iron and go back home. But when Shyam was about to ride his bicycle, he saw that the tire was deflated. The tire was punctured. Now what do? Srisa said, don't worry. We are in the hospital of electrical appliances and other devices. So don't worry, we'll get somebody to fix your tire. Then they get hold of a gentleman called Anna, Manigandan Bhaiya. Manigandan Anna is the big brother. Manigandan Anna is basically a puncture expert, right? You don't get a lot of puncture shops nowadays because most of the tires which are manufactured by the tire manufacturing companies like MRF and Seat make tubeless tires nowadays. You can ask your parents, next time when they take their vehicles out, you can ask them what are tubeless tires. They'll show it to you in their cars. Okay. So now that it was punctured, so Manigandan Anna said, now it's a workshop, okay? So now that your tire is punctured, how do you understand or how do you estimate that there is a hole? So they were confused. The children didn't know it. So they were rolling the wheel, okay, just to see. But you can't see it like that. Do you know how punctures are detected? You have to open the wheel, okay, and you have to place it in a tub or a bucket of water. wherever there is a hole, water will come out of it, isn't it? That is how you understand that there's a leak in your tire. So Manikandan Anna just, he just put some adhesives there and he just sewed it up, fixed it up, right? So that is how solved it, okay? And before they were about to leave, so they were very happy. It was a good experience. Manikandan Anna said that, children, before you leave, please remember what would have happened to the world if we wouldn't have recycled. The world would have had become a mountain of trash. Let's just summarize the lesson with the mind map. So repair, reuse, children. Repair, reuse. First, it was Shyam's shirt done by Tata. Then it was the iron which was repaired at Repair Mela by Anupama Auntie. Third, it was Shyam's bicycle that was repaired by the puncture repairer. His name was Manikandan Anna. And without these professionals, the world would be a mountain of waste. Finally, after listening to this experience, they returned home. That is how our lesson ends, with a very important learning to recycle and reuse. And children, here's the worksheet. The worksheet is about stating 4 reasons for recycling being vital. Now you can do this worksheet and you can actually let me know 4 reasons why recycling is important. I don't want any copied answers. It has to be your own answers. I'll just show you one of my kites which I have just recycled yesterday. Can you see the taping and the stitching which I have done in this part? Can you see 2 sticks here? Well, this kite was broken, okay, because the wind was very strong. So this part of the stick was broken. But I have put this, see, I have put another stick and I have pasted it. Let me see if the kite flies now. It does fly. My God, what a concept of recycling. On that note, children, Pratik sir signing off. I'll see you in our online session. Please go through the story. God bless you.